Have any of the family heard about the new gameplay on the part of Latinos? I call them Latinos because every time I turn around, they're trying to crowbar themselves into foundational Black American and freedmen business and affairs, and I don't respect it, nor do I rock with it. Now I seen a video circulating on the internet of a Mexican man talking about he got indigenous ties to America, that he's the same as us foundational Black Americans, that he even came across as saying he's owed 40 acres and a mule, which he not. You know, that wasn't promised to his ancestors. His ancestors built not a damn thing, not over here in America, you know, and our while we are indigenous to America as foundational Black Americans, our claim for reparations, you know, has absolutely nothing to do with being indigenous or not. You know, our claim to reparations is about slavery and injustice that was done to our people. You know, it was about slavery, and no other group of people has been enslaved on this land here in America. No other group of people has built America but foundational Black Americans. So them trying to do this is, you know, just done out of bad faith. I even heard something a little bit ago of Latinos running around with a false narrative about there being some kind of wine crow, you know. When we fought against Jim Crow, now they saying they had a wine crow, and this is all being done, like I said, for them try to find a way to crowbar themselves into foundational Black American business. You know, this is all done out of bad faith because, in all actuality, no disrespect, but for the most part, Latinos weren't fighting no systematic white supremacy and injustice. They were looking for inclusion. They were like, accept me. I'm white like y'all, white mommy and daddy. You know, I ain't like them Negroes over there. You know, and large scale foundational Black Americans over here in America have been the only people fighting systematic white supremacy and injustice without letting up off the gas pedal, you know, or not backing down from it. You know, these other groups of people, when they come in contact with the dominant white society and they face up against white supremacy, 9 times out of 10, they back down and become submissive. And this just ain't something that runs in us. Our blood is foundational Black Americans. We fight systematic white supremacy and injustice tooth and nail, and we don't let up from that path or let our foot up off the gas pedal. So I got the audio and the video of this Latino trying to claim that, you know, he got some indigenous ties to America and, you know, pushing a false narrative that he's the same as us, foundational Black Americans, which couldn't be further from the truth. We ain't the same people, and he for sure as hell not like us. No disrespect. We're going to walk through and talk about it how we normally do. And this video comes courtesy of our brother Tariq Nasheed. Fair use. Fair use.
Hold on. All right. Let me get this up. Here we go.
Listen to this, though, family. This is crazy.
Africans or African American people are actually indigenous to this land. You know, they were already here. Columbus didn't find nothing.
We know that.
Nothing new. There were already people here. You know, and
see, us foundational Black Americans, family, we were here even before the Red Native. You know, that's the popular opinion and the narrative that the dominant white society wants to push. But us foundational Black Americans were here long before them. You know, our people that were going to become foundational Black Americans, we were already here before the Red Native. But let's continue.
To the west, which was essentially us.
Us.
Watch that pivot.
Listen to brother Tariq Nasheed.
Right, watch it.
Us. These people finding any means necessary. They finding any excuse under the sun to try to crowbar themselves into our history. You know, they want to rewrite history, Black American history, and they want themselves to be at the forefront of it, which just ain't true. You know, you got to be truthful about things. You know, your people didn't do nothing in the building of this country. It was foundational Black Americans. This is why we call ourselves foundational, because it means the beginning and the building of. But let's continue. Ain't no us.
He called us Indians because he thought he landed in India, which it wasn't true, you know. But
I want y'all to peep that pivot. He went for them, Black Americans are indigenous, then us. Y'all peep that pivot?
Us Indians.
He lost me as soon as he threw that us part in there, because we ain't the same. No disrespect, but you ain't like us, you know. Our people ain't the same people, and you for sure as hell not like us. Melanated.
Contain a little bit more melanin than others, you know, but we're still.
Are y'all listening
we ain't
to this?
The same people, man.
Us, we're melanated people. We
See, these Latinos want to try to incorporate themselves into our struggle, and our history because they want the history and the legacy of foundational Black Americans for themselves.
It went from their indigenous, we, us.
In India, which it wasn't true,
They so much infatuated with the history of the foundational Black Americans that they try to crowbar themselves by any means necessary into our struggle and our fight. But it just ain't true, and it's done out of bad faith, just like these African groups around the diaspora that try to, Africanize us, and just, in hopes of they do this because they know that we were the sole fighters of global blackness, for a long time. And without us, they don't really have that to really push for the fight of Black people globally, But now we just, no disrespect to any of these other groups of people, but we just solely worried and fixated about pushing the needle for our foundational Black American lineage. We ain't too much worried about, these other groups of people. And this is why a lot of people are upset and irate right now because foundational Black Americans are waking up in large part and getting on cold with one another. But let's continue.
We're melanated people. Some contain a little bit more melanin than others. But we're still indigenous to this land. This land is ours. So
this land ain't
all
theirs.
these reparations and stuff that they want to give, 40 acres and a mule or whatever, that's frivolous. That wouldn't account for anything. That's blasphemy against our people.
He's speaking about 40 acres and a mule as if it was promised to his people. His people absolutely had nothing at all to do with the building of America. This was promised to our ancestors as foundational Black Americans, and we're the beneficiaries of that because we won our 40 acres and a mule with compound interest now because everything has went up. It's been a while since that was promised to our people, and we need those 40 acres plus compound interest. So anything he's saying, he could miss me with that.
We need our land back, point blank. There's no.
He went for them.
Hold on, I had to take it back,
family.
Indigenous,
then us.
Because he said something about black and brown.
Y'all peep that pivot?
Us Indians, because he thought he landed in India, which it wasn't true, But we're melanated people.
They love to push that damn black and brown when it's convenient for them. And for the most part, foundational Black Americans, we ain't rocking with that black and brown or no other group of people. We just pushing for our people right now with our foot on the gas pedal.
Some contain a little bit more melanin than others, but we're still.
Are y'all listening to this? Us, we're melanated people. We, it went from their indigenous, we, us.
In India, which it wasn't true, But we're melanated people. Some contain a little bit more melanin than others, but we're still indigenous to this land. This land is ours, So all this reparations and stuff that they want to give, 40 acres and a mule or whatever, that's frivolous. That wouldn't account for anything. That's blasphemy against our people, black and brown.
Your people ain't even entitled to no damn reparations, and that black and brown miss me with that. Ain't no such thing as no damn black and brown. Your people get on cold against Black people left and right, in favor of getting on cold with white supremacy against Black people. And we just ain't rocking with that no more. Your people, that black and brown thing has historically been used to undermine our people, right along with all them other minority agendas, this, that, or the other. All them terms have been used to suppress the foundational Black Americans. So we've now, become on code, and we know what these code words is, trick bag words that mean the selling out of our people. We just ain't rocking with that, nor are we on that kind of time.
We need our land back, point blank.
Your land.
There's no amount of money that can substantiate the amount of killing and bloodshed that's been done on our people, point blank period. So I don't know, it will be somebody me asking you, hey, how much do you think you're worth? Are you worth 40 acres and a mule? Oh no, I think you're priceless.
Man, do y'all see?
40 acres and a mule has nothing to do with him nor his people. We want our 40 acres and a mule right along with that compound interest. And I don't like how he's speaking on behalf of saying what we need and trying to crowbar himself into our affairs, because he just doing this so he could try to find some kind of crowbar way into getting reparations. And this is being done on bad faith because these people ain't like us, no disrespect, and we ain't like them, and they for sure as hell not like us. And this is truth be told, what it is. And, anything that ain't pushing for foundational Black Americans to get that massive leg up and for complete total FBA empowerment, I ain't rocking with it, And this guy, he should have kept his mouth shut, because we won our 40 acres and a mule right along with that compound interest in today's times. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.